Unraveling Distance. Exploring the concept of far in English. Hello, English learners. Today, we are going to dive into an interesting topic in English conversation, particularly under spatial relations, the concept of far. This topic is all about how we can use the word far to describe distances between objects, people, and places. So, let's get started. Far is an adverb in English used to describe something that is a long way away. It is the opposite of near. When we say something is far, we mean that it's not close in terms of distance. For example, the supermarket is far from my house. His home is far away. The stars are far from the earth. In all of these examples, far is used to represent a significant distance between two locations or objects. The term far is also frequently used in questions and negative sentences. When asking about distance, you might say, "Is the park far from here?" In a negative sentence, you could say, "The cafe is not far from the office." Remember, in such contexts, far still represents a measure of distance, but the understanding of how far can be subjective and may vary from person to person. Another way we often use far is in its comparative form, farther or further, and its superlative form, farthest or furthest. Here's how to use them. Farther, further, when something is more distant than something else. For example, the library is further from the school than the museum. Farthest, furthest, when something is at the greatest distance. For example, among all the planets in our solar system, Neptune is the furthest from the Sun. The word far is also used in a variety of English idioms that don't necessarily relate to physical distance. For instance, far from it means that it is not the case. For example, are you bored with the lecture? Far from it, I find it fascinating. As far as, this phrase is often used to emphasize the extent of something. For example, as far as I know, she is still working on that project. That wraps up our discussion on the concept of far. Remember, it's not just about physical distance. It's also about understanding its different uses in English language context. With the right usage of far, you'll be able to describe distances and differences in a clear and concise manner. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Keep practicing and keep learning. See you in the next one.